Asians are known for being some of the healthiest people in the world due to their unique lifestyle, genetics, and environment. Surprisingly, their diet is their biggest secret. The foods they eat play a key role in their health and longevity. So, what are these foods, and how do Asians prepare them? Join us as we uncover what the world's healthiest people eat to stay young. What the healthiest people eat. While other continents are still searching for the secret to a long life, many in Asia seem to have already found it. A study conducted by the American Heart Association found that Asian diets help people live longer. Not only that, these diets prevent diseases like cancers, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. But that is not all. There is even something much more shocking. Experts went further to explain that the reason is clear. Asian meals are rich in natural foods, vegetables, seafood, and fermented products. In countries like South Korea and Japan, they are people reported to be the highest living in the world, and it's believed that their eating habits are the reason for their longevity. In Japan, the people living on the Okinawa Islands have caught the attention of scientists because they have many people over 100 years old. But what makes Asian meals so much healthier? Their diet is low in calories and full of nutrients, which helps them stay strong and healthy, unlike that of others. Western diets, for example, often have the opposite effect. Asian meals are mostly natural and unprocessed. Western diets rely mostly on fast food, sugar, and processed ingredients. A recent study has shown that about 58% of American adults consume more processed foods. The UK follows closely behind America, with 57% of adults' diets consisting of ultra-processed foods. People consuming ultra-processed diets eat an extra 1,000 calories per day compared to those on minimally processed diets. This has led to high obesity rates, heart disease, and other health problems. Foods high in unhealthy fats and sugar cause inflammation in the body. They make people age faster and even get sick more often. However, Asian diets help fight this damage. Ingredients like turmeric, green tea, and fermented foods such as kimchi reduce inflammation and protect cells from all forms of harm. Still, it's not just about the food itself, but also the way it is eaten. There is another secret we were not told. Many Asian cultures focus on eating in small portions and balancing meals. This means that instead of consuming large quantities of food at once, meals are served in smaller quantities. This is to prevent overeating and encourage mindful eating. Does this also make the meal healthier? The answer is yes. A study by American College of Cardiology found that those who avoided excessive portions of foods have lower risk of developing cardiovascular diseases. So, portion control is part of healthy dieting, which means how much you eat is just as important as what you eat. But what foods do Asians eat? Let's find out. Asians' food, as they never told you. Among the most powerful foods that Asians eat is fermented foods. Fermented foods have been eaten for centuries, even with a proper understanding of their health benefits. Research has proven that fermented food helps people to live longer and healthier lives. So, what are fermented foods? They're foods that have been changed by tiny living things like bacteria and yeast. These tiny living things break down the sugars and other things in the food. This makes a special acid that helps keep the food fresh for a long time. But that's not all. Fermentation also creates special helpers like vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. These helpers keep our bodies healthy and strong. They can even help prevent big diseases. Some examples of fermented foods are sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, and yogurt. These foods are all super good for us, and eating them can help us live a long and happy life. Research shows that communities with a high intake of fermented foods have lower rates of chronic illnesses. Beyond fermented food, there is another which the Asians consume more. Seafood is another powerful food that Asians eat. Seafood plays a major role in longevity due to the levels of omega-3 fatty acids. People living in coastal areas of Asia, especially in Japan and South Korea, tend to eat a lot of fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These fish have omega-3 fatty acids, which are super good. A study in 2024 looked at the health information of over 160,000 people for about 14 years. The goal was to see if there was a connection between having a certain type of omega-3 fatty acid in your blood and your risk of dying. What they found is shocking. The researchers found that people with higher levels of this omega-3 fatty acid in their blood were less likely to die from certain diseases. But that's not all. Omega-3s also protect our brains from aging, which means they can help prevent dementia and Alzheimer's disease. They keep the skin to look younger by maintaining hydration and reducing wrinkles and other signs of aging. Surprisingly, plant-based foods are a key part of the diets of the world's longest-living populations. Plant-based foods are common in Asians. Tofu, legumes, and seaweed are 3 examples of plant-based foods. They have the nutrients human bodies need to function well. These nutrients include protein, fiber, and minerals. Protein is essential for building and repairing muscles, bones, and other tissues in the bodies. Fiber, on the other hand, helps the digestive system to run smoothly. It helps in circulation of food and prevents constipation. Minerals, such as calcium, iron, and zinc, are also important for our bodies. They help support healthy bones and transport oxygen throughout. Eating more plant-based protein instead of animal protein was linked to a 12% lower risk of early death. Drinking tea is another habit that can help Asians live longer. In Japan and China, where many of the world's oldest people live, green tea, matcha, and oolong tea have been popular for centuries. These teas are special because they contain polyphenols. Polyphenols reduce inflammation, which is like a fire in the bodies that can damage human cells. Not only that, they also slow down aging, which means they help keep us looking and feeling younger. A research has found that people who drank at least 3 cups of tea a day were less likely to die early. In fact, their risk of dying early was 15% lower. Green tea is one type of tea mostly consumed by Asians, and it is rich in catechins. These helpers improve heart health by keeping blood vessels strong. They also speed up metabolism, which means they help burn fat and stay slim. Plus, catechins support proper brain function. While all the foods we have mentioned are popular in Asia, they are also eaten by people in other parts of the world. So, what makes the way Asians eat these foods better? What's their secret? Another study found that their unique cooking methods play a big part in making these foods healthier. Stay tuned to know the cooking secrets that help Asians live longer and healthier. The secrets of Asians' cooking methods. For centuries, people in Asia have developed special ways of cooking that bring out the best flavors. One of the most popular methods is steaming. Steaming has been a big part of Asian cooking for a very long time. Steaming started because people wanted to keep their food natural. In ancient China, large bamboo steamers were stacked over boiling water. The result of this is usually a meal that retains its natural flavors. Unlike frying, which uses high heat that can kill important nutrients, steaming helps keep vitamins and minerals safe. This makes steaming one of the healthiest ways to cook food and stay healthy. Another way of cooking that is popular in Asia is poaching. This method doesn't use high heat, which helps keep the food flavorful. In Japan, people love to use fresh ingredients when cooking. One way they cook is by simmering food in a liquid, like when making chawanmushi. This is a creamy egg dish that is carefully cooked in a flavorful broth. The gentle heat also preserves the protein structures in meats and seafood and makes them more digestible. In Thai cooking, poached chicken is often served with aromatic jasmine rice. Beyond poaching, there is another shocking method many may not know. In many Asian countries, people love to cook with clay pots. This traditional way of cooking helps keep food moist and flavorful. In China, clay pot rice is a favorite dish. It's made by slowly cooking rice, meat, and vegetables together. The clay pot helps spread the heat evenly, so less oil is needed. Clay pots are better than metal pots because they don't get too hot. This helps keep the food's nutrients safe. The pot's steady temperature makes sure every bite tastes good and is healthy. Also, raw marinado cooking is common to Asians. In Japan and Korea, people have a special way of preparing raw fish and meat. They use lemon juice to make the food safe to eat. This method has been used for generations, especially in coastal areas where people needed to preserve food. These traditional cooking methods by Asians hold a secret to healthy living. Do you think Asians are truly the world's healthiest people? Do you know any Asians' cooking methods not mentioned here? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it.